Witcher 3 Blood War from the beginning. Hold on, I'm gonna check my mic real quick.
This be the Witchman, freak of nature. It's a bit more interesting things from my nose.
Geralt of Rivia.
Ha! Sit with us, Witcher.
Found your message on a notice board.
You see, Palmerin? I told you. The Griffin at White Orchard. I knew that were we only to follow the tracks of its slayer, we would in the end find Geralt.
Milton de Peyrac Peyrin and Palmerin de Lawnful. Good to see you both. Been
Hey, how's
years.
it going,
Be
everybody?
assured, we share your joy.
You must forgive us our, surroundings. When we pledged to place the village under our protection, the village elder gave us this hut as our lodgings. He swore it is the best hut in the village.
Get involved in some squabble?
No,
We
I
discovered
guess,
that in retreating, the Redanian garrison that left this land still is at the mercy of numerous plagues. The tyranny of bandits, the most onerous among them. These plunderers shall soon descend on this village to collect tribute. Milton and I will
I'm
dissuade
changing the
them.
volume there. Maybe
We are
that's a little
both
bit better.
sworn to fight injustice and oppression wherever they rear their heads. The matter does not concern you, of course, but do us the kindness of waiting. Once we have dealt with these marauders, we have a matter we must present to you.
No point fighting bandits. Kill these and others just as bad or possibly worse will come in to fill the void.
To cast a blind eye upon the evil. There is no honor in it.
Can't stay here to protect these folk from the dangers that come their way daily. Saw what I saw. Heard them urge you to leave these raiders alone. Must have good reason to do that.
Do you suggest that should we help, we assume responsibility for their fate, for their lives? This burden we cannot agree to bear.
Geralt speaks wisely. We know neither this land, nor its peoples, nor its customs. And we
Wonder
have
what their
come with
armor's made
another
out
duty
of.
altogether.
Ah, how I long to return to Toussaint, where all is simpler.
Soon, my friend, soon. First, let us convey our missive to Geralt in the manner tradition ordains.
Peasants will be fine, Palmerin. Been dealing with bandits for generations.
Your words do little to assuage my sense of morality bruised.
So fess up. What brings you such a long way?
We are to deliver Her Grace the Duchess's message in full, with all due ceremony. For tradition,
Is sacred in Toussaint. All right, fine.
most honorable Geralt, slayer of monsters and all evils nefarious, which prey on the defenseless of this world. Whereas never have you been known to deny help to the innocent, nor leave widows and orphans to fates undeserved. Answer you now our present summons. Free us from the beast which floods our streets with blood, and sows panic in the hearts of rich and poor alike. Come to our aid, Witcher. Thus humbly beseeches you the Star-Crossed City's most gracious protectress, Her Illustrious Highness, Duchess Anna Henrietta.
Shall you answer her call?
Anna Henrietta really say all that? Word for word?
Well, in point of fact, she said, bring me the Witcher and dare not spare your horses. Only make certain this time he comes alone. The Ducal Chamberlain added the rest. You know
I'll do
how
it.
is.
That's what the DLC is about, I mean.
Yeah, I remember.
I might add, be it unofficially, that a hefty reward awaits. Yet the specifics you will need to verify with Her Illustrious Highness.
Might be the most fervent request that I take a contract ever. And the most polite. And now we've got all that behind us. I want to hear more about this beast. Some kind of monster? Just guessing.
Most assuredly, though no one has caught a good look at it as yet. Our only sure witnesses. The bodies massacred in a brutal, horrid manner.
Look, some sketches drafted from descriptions given by those who claim they glimpsed the beast. Each quite different. To my mind, these witnesses lie.
How many victims so far?
2. When Her Grace learnt of the second, she discharged us immediately to fetch you, promising grants of land and fortunes in gold, should you answer her summons.
An ill wind blows, Geralt. The beast cannot be tracked. Folks say it wields black magic. Also, both victims were nobly born, and the start of a tourney draws near.
Mentioned a tourney. Why doesn't the Duchess just call it off?
Simply, it is too late. The guests have arrived. The best knights of all lands, relatives of the Emperor.
The beast could be a threat to others, not just to Her Grace's subjects.
Got it. Before an aristocrat dies, at best it's a scandal. At worst, a diplomatic incident. Anyone tried to hunt it? Knights errant, for example?
Ha! Many have tried. Baiting, waiting in ambush, but to no avail.
The beast is clever. It evades all traps and attacks of a sudden. It is like a ghost.
An experienced tracker. This is what we need, with knowledge of monsters. In short, we need you.
Beast wields black magic? What makes you say so?
The first victim vanished between bites at a feast. Of the feast-goers, none noticed this. They saw but an open window, then heard desperate cries from the street below, where a corpse had just been found.
The second killing, similar. A night in a locked room. Servants all about the house. Guards all around the estate. Yet the beast somehow got him out, dragged him to the town square, and killed him there. No one saw, nor heard a thing.
We have no fear.
I think I've seen this episode of X-Files.
Protect. But of this beast, nothing is known. Save that it cannot be traced, kills effortlessly, and with no rhyme or reason we can discern.
I sometimes think back to all the contracts I've ever taken from sovereigns. Can't name hardly any where I came out ahead.
You cannot be thinking to refuse.
No. Just struck by a thought. How the Duchess can sometimes be... demanding.
So you accept the contract. Excellent!
We must set off at once. We long wanted this land searching for you.
I think he's talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi's girlfriend.
Soon as you're packed.
Ha! Then post haste to Toussaint.
To Toussaint!
Poor horse.
The curse that held Uma proved hard to lift, but Yennefer and the Witchers managed to do it. The ugliest man alive revealed himself to be not man, but elf, and an elven sage at that. Avalach, for this was his name, was the elven mage who had helped Ciri flee the hunt, then hidden her away on the Isle of Mists.
So I don't know if we're going to the Duchess to hear her demands, because I didn't negotiate coin, and I don't know where the beast is, so I'm going to have to get some details, you would think. I don't know. They just go riding off into the sunset into a load screen. Either way, I'm high enough level to do this. It says you should be around level 34, and I'm at exactly that. So you think it should work out. It's loading in that 15 gigabytes for this DLC, I bet.
Toussaint, the land of love and wine.
Exactly how I remembered it.
You will find Beauclair's changed some these past years.
Walk about when you have the chance. You will see for yourself.
To me, place always seemed straight out of a fairy tale.
The Witcher, Blood and
Knights
Wine.
errant, elven palaces.
You insinuate that we are somehow odd? I shall prove you wrong. This I pledge on the Heron.
What the fuck kind of place is this? Hell yeah. What, I'm just gonna walk over there and do something about it? I don't think it's one of them moments. I think I'd run him to death before I'd try fighting him. Is this what happened to Bucket Boy? Well, if they're anything alike, I should be able to take over his mind. Hey, welcome to the stream.
Watch out! I kill a monster!
Nope, can't take over his mind. I'll just hit him where he's sensitive. Well, no, he doesn't like that. It's burning him. Hit him right in the groin and it's burning him. Oh, I used the wrong potion. That ain't gonna help me right now. I don't think I could turn that off either. No, I can't. Put my cat potion in the wrong slot. Oops. Sorry about the brightness there. That was a little ridiculous.
Big beast. Tackling it single-handed? None too wise.
Neither is love born of wisdom, Witcher. So, Guillaume, out with it. Which fair damsel inspired you to vow to kill that filth?
The most beautiful among them.
If he wishes to guard her name a secret, he need not reveal it.
You I do not know, sir, nor seem you a knight, yet still I am profoundly grateful, nay, indebted to you for your succor. This trophy, sir, is yours.
A giant this close to human settlements? Strange.
Well, that was no ordinary giant. His name was Goliath, rumored to have been a knight once, but one who broke his vows. For this, the Lady of the Lake transformed him into a wild giant and banished him into the Gorgon Hills.
So he came back down?
The
Why?
Gorgon
Several
Hills.
times each year, hunger chased him into the lowlands. Goliath had killed and devoured many shepherds. Guillaume's hunt served a noble cause. At any rate, it's a tale for more agreeable environs.
I'll take the trophy. Why not? Could find someone who'll pay to buy it. Put up a good fight against the giant. Got experience battling monsters?
None. In Toussaint, we mostly chase bandits. But I vowed I'd bring my heart's champion the head of a monstrosity, as the famed Gottfried, known as the Giant Killer, did.
You don't mean to hunt the beast, I hope. The matter's best left to Geralt.
Another challenge awaits me. Yet if Geralt is to hunt the beast, he ought to know. It struck again. The river surrendered a corpse. It washed up in the meander by the cockatrice. Damien de la Tour's guardsmen are there already, securing the area.
Securing the area?
Well, that'll be where I
Better
could
go
find the
there now before they
footprints.
trample any tracks, manhandle any evidence.
Set forth then. I shall ride for the city to inform her gracious magnificence that Geralt has arrived.
Wonder who
We'll meet
tattooed
later
the big guy.
at Guillaume's tent at the Tourney grounds. I shall take you then to see her grace.
You know, I wouldn't think he would tattoo himself on the back. He gets out his Damascus knife. Gotta save in case something bad happens.
Run, Roach. Brave kid, Guillaume.
Parmanin oversaw his upbringing. Guillaume is his kin.
In the Blood and Wine, you can undergo additional Witcher mutations to unlock new capabilities. Soon you will run into a messenger who will deliver a very interesting letter. Read it and investigate the story of Professor Moreau to learn more about these mutations. They say a master craftsman that lives in Toussaint who could craft Witcher gear of unequaled quality. What's more, you'll receive special bonuses for wearing all part of the set of this extraordinary equipment. You will not regret investing in these new options. Well, you would think that they would have better armor, it being a DLC.
Can't get used to the way you knights talk. Especially how you switch back and forth between flowery and, well, near normal.
We are knights errant, in the service of her gracious magnificence. When we appear in her name or speak on her behalf, we are bound by tradition. No one here. They must have removed the body already.
Let's look around. Make sure they didn't miss anything. Hobnailed boots. Multiple sets of prints. Ducal guard, clearly. Let's see where they went. Walked along the shoreline.
Perhaps the body lay on the bank.
Given me no choice. Got guests. Careful.
What the hell? Those things look tough.
Show me what you got.
Oh shit, they blow up. It threw me in the water.
Drawn here by the smell of blood. Let's keep looking.
Geralt had to take a bath real quick. Rot fiend blood.
Only blood-soaked scraps left of the victim's clothing. Good quality cloth.
A wealthy victim, correct?
Looks it. Blood. Guardsmen pulled these nets out of the water, then cut the mutilated body free. Gonna dive in, make sure they didn't miss anything.
They missed all sorts of shit. A handkerchief with a monogram on it.
Silk kerchief, monogrammed DLC. A noble's accessory.
DLC. Yeah, I just bought this
Need to comb the
DLC.
bank.
They're really rubbing it in.
Look, a boat was launched here. Guardsmen must have loaded the body parts onto it, taken them somewhere. Need to find out where. I'd like to look at the corpse before it starts to decompose.
The inn. Its patrons must have seen the guardsmen, which direction they took. We should ask there.
Seems we've got ourselves an audience.
You think this surprising? The locals will tell the children of children they do not have yet, of the day a quartered corpse was pulled from the river.
One thing. Found a handkerchief in the water. Monogrammed DLC. Mean anything to you?
Delacroix? It cannot be. Was it he the beast slew?
Seems so. Knew him well?
Long past. We were close friends once, but our paths diverged. He was a man of extremes, standing by his companions, no matter the odds. Fighting his foes to the bitter end.
Foes. You have a lot of them?
He did, but I do not see what that has to do with the beast. Ah, Geralt, you've struck a raw nerve. Memories of a time long past, to which I'd rather not return now.
I understand. We can talk later. Let's go to the tavern.
I shall have to leave you soon. Return to court.
Barely got back to Toussaint.
A knight in the service of Her Illustrious Highness knows no rest. In fact, I'd feared I would return too late to fulfill my duty. Yet it seems I've arrived in the nick of time. Once you have finished examining the corpse, be sure to report to Anarietta.
Anarietta?
Her Grace, the Duchess. I forget myself at times. We address each other by our first names in private. Never in Pomrin's presence, however. He finds such familiarity offensive. A watering hole for traders, smugglers, boatmen. But you will find no better crayfish chowder in all Toussaint.
With no lads brave enough. Horse druids wrote the Duchess complaining it tires the mouth.
None of which are suitable to show myself in.
By my troth, could that be the musty scent of fresh pate?
Naught else, Sir de Peyrac Peyren. I see time has not dulled your senses.
We would be honored if you would join us. Your companion as well.
But why do I not detect even a whiff of crayfish chowder?
No soup today, on account of there being no crayfish. I reckon you've not heard, but all I caught was a corpse. I awoke at the crack of dawn, as I do each day, but when I looked up, I beheld a
They're already
blood
telling the
red
stories
sky.
about the corpse.
This corpse is precisely why we're here. For the man whom you've invited to join you at the table was summoned from a far-off land by her gracious magnificence. He is tasked with tracking and killing the beast.
We invited 2 men to join us, yet since Sir de Peyrac Peyren in temperament is more akin to hare than hound, I surmise the other is the hunter. With whom do we have the pleasure?
Name's Geralt.
A humble introduction. You've clearly not tarried long with Sir de Peyrac Peyren.
Spare us the petty insults. Geralt is a master of the witchering trade. He has questions concerning the beast's last victim.
I was the one to find the corpse. The sun had just risen when I awoke, sat straight up in my bed, looked out the window, and beheld a sky red as blood.
Ask Geralt, please, or we shall be here till winter.
Sky was red.
Must have been early in the morning. Went to check your nets and then...
I stepped out of my hut and saw...
By my troth, to the point, man. You found a body ensnared in your crayfish nets. We know this already. What happened then? Did you see anyone nearby? Did you spy anything noteworthy? Anything at all?
Not a soul around, just me. As for noteworthy... well...
What did you see? But be warned, if I hear the sky was red again...
I saw a head bobbing, eyes bulging, the tongue blue and popped out. Next to it, a hand rocking upon the water.
Get a good look at the body parts?
They gave me such a fright. I bolted to town fast as my legs would take me, then returned with guardsmen who told me to keep out of their way. They had a hard haul. The parts were so tangled up in my nets, they were forced to cut them.
Need to examine the body. Know where they took it?
They ferried it across, then loaded it on a cart and hauled it to a cellar at Corvo Bianco to keep it cool, see?
What? Why, Corvo Bianco is Baron Rossel's estate. When he learns they've turned his cellar into a morgue, he'll set his hounds on them.
While you were gallivanting about the north, his vineyard was auctioned off.
Who was that? Woman who just left. Didn't see her before. Didn't notice her walk in either.
Doubtless Ninnis, the innkeep's daughter. But hold, Geralt, because this is an outrage. Rossel's vineyard was auctioned off? Inconceivable.
It is no secret the Baron had gambling debts up to his ears. It finally came time to collect. His creditors auctioned off his property. The Ducal Chancellery bought it, in fact. Rossel now bunks with his brother in Vicofaro.
I told Rossel he'd get his comeuppance. How long can one throw on past heroics? His creditors must finally have to find that his promises meant nothing.
Such are the times. Today's knights are pale shadows of the heroes of yore.
It's true what they say. God sent the beast
Jesus
to punish
Christ.
us for straying from the old paths.
So folk think the beast's divine punishment.
Knights have turned their backs on the old customs. Where they were defenders of the duchy, they're now defenders of their own tushes.
Why, you insolent...
Let him talk.
The Duchess trades in titles, grants honors to ill-doers. We've strayed from the path of virtue, lost the gods' favor, so the gods sent retribution.
Don't listen to that nonsense, Geralt.
It's a long
Rehash
conversation.
Street preacher Codsworth.
Yes, the rebel rousers have been sprouting up like weeds lately, each offering the same bill of goods.
They say anything else about the beast? Besides it being a messenger of the gods?
The Toussaintois are no fools. They see clearly the beast kills on days honoring patron saints.
Picky monster. Thanks for the hospitality. Time I examined the corpse.
Corvo Bianco lies a short way from here, near the tourney grounds. Just follow the road and you'll arrive.
Not coming with? Oh yeah, duty of some sort calls.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Her Grace bestowed a great honor on me, even before we departed for Velen. I'm to play the hare during this year's game in the palace gardens. When you see me in my costume, you will wet yourself laughing.
A little tempted to ask a few questions, but it sounds like a long, complicated story. One involving lengthy digressions into local history and tradition. So, see you later, Milton, and good luck.
Geralt isn't into that, seeing dudes in their costumes. Man, everyone's pushy in this town. Pick up all these contracts.
Ducal clerks looking for help. Could be good coin to be made.
We're gonna go check on the body.
Sounds of a fight. Have to hurry. Damn it. Killer must still be here.
This is where I was coming to observe the body, and there's a bunch of dead people here.
Jaws. Man-like, except for long fangs. Killed with a single blow.
Put my spell on and then save again, just in case we get killed. I doubt it, but could happen.
In the cellar. Gotta be. Claw wounds from 5 separate claws, spread of a small human hand. Massacred by a vampire. Not an Ekimara, though, or a Fletter. Bruxa, gotta be. The footprints. Small, bare feet. Lead deeper into the cellar. Fell down the stairs, broke his neck. Hurled against the wall with great force. Used this to batter down the grate.
Here we go.
You. Saw you at the inn. I know what you are. Don't know why you killed these people, though. Clearly wasn't for their blood.
Bunch of hearts on the table. Thumbnail that.
We don't have to fight.
Is Geralt gonna make a new friend?
You are wrong.
Throw some baby powder in the air.
I can't. cannot let you leave.
Oh shit! She's tough.
Should have knocked back a vial.
Wonder if I could take her mind over. Nope. They always have to make it tough, don't they? Shit. I'm thinking kick her off of her feet with the telekinesis or whatever it is. Probably just run around until I heal up. Yep. Don't let this chick hit you if you try playing this. Just jump around her. How? She's tough. Look at that. I'm just trying to get close to her. And you can't hit her while she's in that mood, like that invisible mode. How do you kill this bitch? Oh, she's probably like, what do they call those? They have ones that you have to put into a magic trap in order to kill them. I'm gonna try that. And I'm gonna put something on my sword. Hey, what's up, Preston? Anthony's online, Preston. I'm thinking maybe put the magic trap down and then use the telekinetic blast to blow her onto her feet, or off of her feet onto her back, and then try and stab her on the ground like you tried to from the beginning. bitch. That yellow bar on the left is how much magic I have, and every time I want to use a spell, I have to build that bar all the way up, so you'll see me dancing around. Yep, you can see her inside of here. I knew it. I could hear her foot there. She's right in front of me. You see her chasing me around? When she runs through the trap, I could see her. Come on, walk through the trap. It hurts her a lot worse if you hit her from the back, I noticed. Come on, scream at me again, bitch. Fucking bitch. Get her, Geralt.
Killed all these men to get to the body. What was she doing?
Take her tongue. That is a good question. What was she doing at the table? She doesn't have too much lootables. Still one of the tougher people I've fought on this game. It's kind of cool.
Stinks. Waterlogged. Both hands amputated. Body was quartered just as I thought. Laid in water for some time. Head swollen, and something took a few bites out of it. Something in the throat. A pouch, bulging with coins.
Hey, I got some money.
From several different provinces. If the murderer did this, means we're dealing with a sentient thinking beast. Body was chopped up after death. Blows struck with great force, but bones sliced through, not crushed. Creature that killed him had long claws, sharp as a witcher's blade. First sank its claws into the victim's heart. No Bruxa did this. Third hand. A spare? Except it's clearly not the victim's. Guardsmen must have not noticed it as they picked everything up. How's this possible?
Must be that giant's hand.
Still warm. Blood still flowing? Several monster species can regenerate. Never heard of that happening to their severed limbs, though. Or of their limbs seeming completely alive after so much time.
Can use that later.
Examine the tissue more closely later. Might learn something.
Just wash it off first. Or shit, keep it dirty if you want it, Geralt.
So, murderer was clearly a monster, but not a Bruxa. But then why'd the Bruxa come here for the severed hand? And who does the hand belong to? Why the hell's it still warm? Now, pouch shoved down the victim's throat. What's the significance? And why was he chopped up into pieces? Lots of questions, no answers so far. Need to know about the other victims. I'll ask Palmerin to get me in to see the Duchess.
By the way, Geralt's getting really old and he likes to talk to himself, so that's what that was all about. Wonder what's over here. Nothing, just barrels. There he is.
Come on, Roach. Go, go.
To perform to sun is to be born so hot.
Geralt, he didn't even care if he killed the monster. He was just curious about what it was doing.
All right, you scamps. Story's done. Go find your parents.
But the Palmerin, what about the story of Riddick and the dragon?
Our tales for another time. But take a good look at the man who stands before you now.
It wasn't a
This is Geralt
dragon,
of Rivia,
but okay.
The master witcher who lent his father
The story of
talent
Riddick and the
to defeat
dragon.
The giant Goliath.
Master Richard, is it true virtue always trumps villainy?
Yeah, virtue always wins.
But the Black Knight, he's a villain and he wins. The cutter of Casteldacia too.
Moral victory, that's what counts.
Rubbish.
Now, that will do for questions. Go find your parents. Her Knight and Highness has doubtless arrived at the tourney grounds to watch the battle in the arena.
What am I going to end up fighting at the
Hurry.
Crucible?
We'll be in time to speak with her before the spectacle begins.
They're going to say, oh, and we have an honored guest. He's going to fight in our Crucible.
Who's fighting? Nilfgaardian gladiators?
Close, but not quite. As you will soon see.
Someone's gonna fight a Shalmar with only some bells on its tail to confuse it, slow it down?
Whatever is the problem? At least it's a gift from the Emperor, no less.
Ah, come on. That's cool.
Shouldn't torment the beast. How would you like to be dumped in an arena, blindfolded with a string of bells dangling?
Pity a monster. You, a witcher.
I slay monsters who are a threat to humans. You're out to humiliate one to entertain a crowd. No knight will gain any glory from this. Who's going to fight the beast?
Guillaume, the young man you met.
Yeah. Mentioned he'd promised his heart's capture a monster trophy.
Great love demands great sacrifices.
Let's go.
I dedicate my imminent victory to fair Lady Vivian.
Stick your sword right in the mud. Dull it all out before you have your fight.
It's begun. The fight shall have to end first. We must wait.
That thing's gonna fuck him up. Look at it. The bells are probably gonna kill him.
Got a bad feeling about this.
Oh shit, it did hit him with a bell. He's pissing it off. Don't jump down there, Geralt. Just let him have one. You know Geralt's getting ideas.
We have to help him.
Oh my gosh, who's gonna save the town? Oh, I'll do it. I was born to do this. Plus, the chick who's gonna pay me's watching.
For honor! Onward!
Gotta keep it down.
Wonder if I can take over its mind. Oh shit.
To the beast! Its plans confound!
So no taking over its mind. Think I can catch it on fire? I don't think the fire affected it any. Does anything affect this thing? You gotta let it run into you really hard and it'll fall over on its back. Come on, do it again. Roll at me. Come on.
Like a bow who leaps at the love's first words, so the witcher wooed the Selma, then its foul heart turned. Dodge, dive, flee, faint, its racer strikes belly, Selma's cries ring aloud, blood transforms into jelly.
What the hell? Throwing rocks at me? Ow. Geralt's not jumping the right way for me today. One more strike at him. Like that. Oh shit. Him hitting the wall fucked him up the last time.
The Selma lies defeated by Geralt of Rivia, master of the witchering trade. Behold, as the last gasps of life seep from the beast.
Master Geralt, do what you must. Finish the deed!
Monster's no threat. No need to kill it.
A victor may always show mercy. It is his right. Long live Geralt the Merciful! Pikeman, see to the beast.
Guillaume.
The lad came damned close to dying.
I'm fine. Not hurt at all. Vivian?
Smile
We're at the hour mark, so there'll be an ad break that'll run.
Speech clearly paints you. She approaches.
Geralt. We must talk. Vivian.
You shall talk later, in the medic's tent.
Geralt, magnificent, breathtaking.
Your Grace.
We knew that to summon you was a brilliant idea. We are delighted, ravished to have struck upon it.
And I'm truly honored.
See to our young hero. Hop, hop. For we must make off with Geralt. We should talk. We had been long awaiting your arrival. Had nearly lost hope. Then suddenly, that entrance, so spectacular.
Your Grace. Shaelmars are dangerous creatures, even to knights in full plate armor.
Nonsense. In Toussaint, knights have battled beasts for mere glory since time immemorial. True. Guillaume suffered a few bumps, scars, and bruises, but in return gained eternal glory as he who slew the monster.
What about the crowd? Say the Shaelmar had vaulted into the stands. Would have been a massacre.
Geralt, though we value your fortuitous intervention in the arena, we would remind you your services have been retained, and as shall soon become clear, you will be generously compensated for completing another task altogether.
Your Grace, my contract. I'd like to discuss it.
Naturally, but not here. We shall need Damien. He led the investigation pending your arrival. But wherever could he be? Come, we must find him.
It's always interesting.
Tell us, have you come alone? Or did Viscount Julian accompany you?
Wish to see Dandelion, Your Grace?
Yes, I mean,
Oh
no.
my gosh.
Ugh. Yes. But solely to tell him.
What's up with everybody in that
yes,
dandelion
deeply
guy?
regret rescinding the death sentence we so justly handed down upon him. If we could turn back time, we would make certain he sat in a tower till he rotted. No, we would ensure he was broken on the wheel, then drawn, hanged, and quartered. Ah, the very man we would entrust with these tasks. Damien de la Tour, captain of my personal guard.
Your Grace. Witcher.
Greetings. Sorry to have to tell you, but the guardsmen handling the last victim's body...
I know already. The creature in the cellar of Corvo Bianco. Was it the beast?
No. A Bruxa, a kind of vampire. Not the beast, but tied to it in some way.
You know this how?
Through careful analysis of the evidence, both on the riverbank and at Corvo Bianco.
Do you mean to insinuate the investigation thus far has been sloppy?
Geralt insinuates nothing of the sort. We must listen to him attentively.
I examined the body of the beast's last victim. Might have found something. Need to analyze it. A quiet place, that's what I could use most right now. And maybe the help of an alchemist or a mage. Also like to hear all you know about the previous victims. Take it Sir de la Tour is my man for that.
Firstly, call me Damien, please. Secondly, you should know I spoke against summoning you here. I've heard much about you. You bring trouble, or thus far have, always. And we've enough trouble as it is. Yet we are capable of defeating the beast on our own, without an outsider's help. I've no doubt about it.
Damien, we settled the matter of the Witcher's employ some time past. Definitively. Since you have broached it nonetheless, let us discuss Geralt's pay. Are the legends true? Do Witchers usually demand that which you find at home, yet did not expect?
Not quite, Your Grace. Law of surprise, it's something we invoke at times, but rarely. Usually we just take gold.
Disappointing. This law sounds rather romantic. On the other hand, on returning to the palace, we would likely find impatient petitioners or a set of sample fabrics for a new dress. Poor rewards, both. I fear you'd not have much use for any of the surprises we are likely to come upon. Thus, we've decided you shall receive the deed to a vineyard, Corvo Bianco, and the sum of coin. You will doubtless consider this adequate. Title to the vineyard shall be given to you at once. Surely you'll need lodgings while you hunt. The coin, however,
Geralt will
be
receive
yours
his
only
own
once you have
vineyard
slain
for
the
this
beast.
quest.
Lovely, generous gesture, Your Grace. But Corvo Bianco, isn't it the Duchy's temporary morgue?
Is it now? The Chancellery's bungled things again, we fear. Not to be left unsupervised for one instant.
So I
Yet,
own
in
the
its
building
mood,
where I
a
just
morgue
killed
should
that
present
woman?
minimal problems to a Witcher. What's more, nothing enhances a wine's reputation better than a grim legend.
Thank you, Your Grace. I accept
How's
the
it going,
contract,
everybody?
of course. But as I said before, I'll need some information. How'd it start? Who was the first victim?
Crespi was the first to die. He was famed once for his many glorious tournament victories. Then he grew old, hung up his sword, and took to winemaking.
Crespi was not loved by the wine merchants. He was ruthless in business and thought to cheat many a time. He asked us for a dispensation from all court ceremonies. We did not grant it. We could not. Once you've taken the oath of a knight, you remain a knight till death.
How'd he die? Where'd they find the body?
Quite unusual, the circumstance. He was at a feast when suddenly one of his fellow feast-goers noticed he was missing. The town watch found him an hour later. On his hands and knees, propped against the town pillory, his sword hanging from his neck.
Huh.
He had died of wounds inflicted with claws, not a weapon. Blows of great force.
So he died suddenly, but the body was on its knees, meaning someone posed it.
So it seems.
Okay.
Second murder. Tell me what you know.
In the city there are certain nooks.
No one reasonable ventures there after dark. Ramon Dulac's corpse was found in one such place. With the first murder, terror gripped the city. Its inhabitants grew wary, kept to safe areas. Consequently, news of the second victim came to us from a group of concerned cut-purses.
Criminals fear the beast? Telling in a way. Take it you've excluded the possibility that Ramon died at the hands of these bandits.
Do you believe me an amateur? Not hands, but claws killed Ramon Dulac. The wound was deep, clean.
His body was found in the gutter, dressed in nightshirt and cap, a pillow placed under his head, and his sword replaced by a bed warmer. Ramon Dulac, a knight who but a dozen years past was an advisor to our father, the Duke.
Someone went to a lot of trouble to make him look ridiculous. Maybe revenge was the motive.
It's not out of the question. Dulac had shady dealings with the criminal underworld, but no one ever came forth with concrete proof of any misdoings.
So, first two victims were knights, best years behind them.
The same could be said of the third. Sir Delacroix was wont to claim that in modern times, knights face new challenges. Enterprise being the latest
A bunch of long
addition.
conversations on this
He
DLC.
made a veritable fortune in the grain trade. Palmerin even nicknamed him Sir de la Stinchi.
Found a coin pouch on his body. Contained florins dating from various times, hailing from different provinces of the Empire.
Delacroix loved coin, true, but had no patience for numismatics.
Lots of similarities between the victims. All the bodies were found in strange places under extraordinary circumstances. Seems the murderer, whoever or whatever it is, has some meaning to convey.
These were honorable men. We are horrified by the disdain, the disrespect with which they were treated.
How's it going, everybody?
These were knights of Toussaint. Blast it.
Might be the point. From what you said,
I don't know if we got
none
any
was a model of virtue.
chatters or any
Consider
lurkers
that's what the
tonight.
beast's trying to draw attention to.
All the murdered men were knights who swore fealty
Lurkers
to
are
the
always
chivalric
welcome.
virtues. And even if they...
Knights of Toussaint swear fealty to what virtues exactly?
Honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
5 virtues. Why are they so important to your knights?
Strange question.
Your Grace, forgive me. I'm a foreigner trying to understand another land's customs.
You are forgiven. According to legend, the virtues we cultivate were bestowed upon us by the Lady of the Lake. How we truly came to espouse them, none remember. In Toussaint, we believe men of low birth should be simple-hearted and obedient. We expect much more, however, of our knights. They are to be soldiers and courtiers, lords and servants. Thus, the need for clear moral guidelines. At the time of his dubbing, a knight vows to demonstrate throughout his life honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
Beast seems to be pointing up moral decay, denouncing it. Victims were all humiliated. Might have been murdered to emphasize their lack of specific chivalric virtues.
Honor compromised by the pillory. Wisdom by ridicule. Generosity by a coin pouch shoved down a throat. It seems to fit, true, though not perfectly.
Can't discount the theory if it's on the lips of everyone in town. Say our reasoning's right. Next murder will be just as showy and denounce the victim's lack of the 4th virtue, valor. We can also assume that victim will be an elder knight.
Let's think. At the moment, all the knights are either at the tourney grounds or in the palace gardens. Our annual hare hunt shall begin there shortly. Have you heard of the custom?
Milton mentioned something. Seemed excited to prance around in a bunny costume. Not sure why. Hang on. Strange circumstances. A knight advanced in years. The famed cowardice of rabbits.
Could it be that simple? Is Milton de Peyrac-Peyren the next victim?
Milton also knew Delacroix. Told me so down by the river.
Damien! To miss something so obvious. De Peyrac-Peyren, Crespi, Delacroix, and Delac formed a knightly team. It was years ago, but
They were a team?
they were close friends, tightly knit, and as such earned the trust of our father, the Duke. We often witnessed him turn to them with delicate matters. Later, their paths diverged.
Unlikely to be a coincidence. Beast must know it too. It's a lead, I'm sure.
It's probably a serial killer.
Your Grace, we need to find Melton immediately.
Rather problematic. You see, the garden entertainments are due to start, and he's disguised as the Hare, hiding somewhere, waiting for some tipsy courtiers to find him. The Hare's hiding place is a carefully guarded secret.
We must call off the game at once.
First and foremost, we must remain calm. Damien, order the garden searched immediately, but discreetly. By no means can we disrupt the festivities. Panic will only incite the beast to strike sooner. And you, Witcher, follow me. My gardens, my night, I shall take the fall. A murder is out of the question. I will not allow it. Not near my palace. Horses? Ready our horses!
What is the guy's name? Horses? Horses? Ready our horses. I don't get it.
Your Grace!
Geralt took a look and gave her a whistle, too.
What the hell? Why, I should... Your Highness,
Mind it doesn't get wrinkled.
Hey! That is silk! Be careful! Give it to me!
Hold on, give me a second, guys.
Your Grace seems right at home in his saddle.
Like the wind! It's her! It's her!
Clear the path! Clear the way, I said!
Would you care say? Is this part of the game?
It's here! Just round the corner!
Hurry!
We must go to where the game is being held. The participants must find a unicorn's horn, a golden fish, and a phoenix egg. With these in hand, they can deduce where the hare, Milton, hides.
Mean we need to find those things too?
We've no other option, but time is of the essence, so we shall have to break the rules.
Wonder what the rules are.
On second thought, through here. I shall show you where the hunt plays out. Then we will split up. You will get hold of the unicorn horn and the golden fish, while I nab the phoenix egg. That will be quickest.
The unicorn. How do I catch it?
It's terribly skittish, true, but I'm sure you will find a way to earn its trust. It runs around over there, look.
Golden fish. Do I need a rod or a net?
Please, Geralt. It's not a real fish. Look there, towards the water. See the lights? The hunters are trying to hook the fish from boats. You must simply dive in and find it. The golden fish and the horn both contain things or clues that will help us find Milton. Once you have fish and horn...
Okay, so I'll dive in the water, get the fish. I'll take over the unicorn's
Then
mind.
let's get to it.
Wow. Look off at the valley. I need to take my motion blur off, but it's still good. So we have to hurry up, find the golden fish in the pond and get the unicorn in order to find the dude who's hiding in a bunny rabbit suit so that this vampire doesn't kill him.
Golden fish should be easy to spot once I'm under.
Do you think I'd have done that?
What the blazes? Did someone just dive in the water? Perhaps that's the way to do it.
Sure.
Candy. Toffee.
That is not allowed.
It will not do.
One more over here. Okay, we found the golden one.
Hey, wait. Stop. It's important.
I'm just gonna do the mind trick on him.
King Cormorant, sire, accept this offering we bring. Prithee cast upon us your merciful eye, and bear before us its secrets.
As the moon is heavenly course doth trace, in my domain I await that moment of grace, when a soul of good or ill repute brings me a gift, fitting tribute.
A key.
Why,
He's ruined the game!
Disgraceful.
People are crying. Geralt doesn't give a shit. He's out of there quick. It's not like we could get in trouble because the lady who owns the whole damn village is in charge of what we're doing right now.
Never thought I'd live to see times like this.
Otherwise, we wouldn't even know what to do.
Oh my, do I ever need a whiz?
Alright, now we gotta go take over the mind of that unicorn.
Unicorns are thought to like music, but
Perhaps an apple will work. Or some sweets.
We would not be in this predicament, dear sister, were you still a virgin.
Do you really wish to have this conversation again? Here and now?
Hush, or you'll spook the beast. We shall try the sweets.
Hey folks, gonna have to ruin your fun. Sorry.
Who's that?
Geralt just struts in. It's not even a real unicorn. Oh shit, wrong button. Don't want to kill the unicorn.
Come on, stay calm. Shh. Calm down. Easy now.
Well, that's hardly fair.
Flagrant cheating is what it is. Sirs, we must teach this scamp some proper sportsmanship.
Should I kick their ass or should I just do the mind trick? Give 10 seconds for anyone who wants to give an answer. Alright, mind trick it is.
Listen, we didn't break any rules.
True, he won fair and square.
We were unlucky, that's all. We must try to grab the next clue.
They're done at last.
Unworthy. Entirely inappropriate behavior.
A complete collapse of social norms.
They say a great deal about you, Witcher.
If you please, Your Grace.
We do not please. We act out of the highest necessity. All shall be explained later.
But it's against the rules.
I am the rules. Geralt! At last.
Got a key and a clue.
And I've another. Show me yours. Who wrote this drivel? I begin like a groan, hollowed out with ease, then end like a mouse with a head of hard cheese.
Grown, hollowed out with ease. End like a mouse with the head of a hard cheese.
Mice and cheese. Palace pantry, maybe?
No, the hair is obliged to hide here in the gardens. Look, if we take grown, hollow it out and fill it with ease. The letters, that is. We get green.
Greenhouse.
Mouse, but starting with what heads hard cheese.
Come
Why,
on.
it's greenhouse.
Pretty clever. And it sounds right to me.
There are several greenhouses in the gardens, but only one with a door that locks. And the key to it looks just like the one we
If you got mice in your greenhouse, you've got some problems.
Wait here.
He says, wait here, puts his hand over her boob, and then she kind of groans at him. Ah!
Oh, what the butch?
What was that?
Man, what a professional. Geralt's parkouring his ass off right now. I've never seen him do that.
I'm here.
This belonged to you, maybe?
It did, but you may keep it. I've a new one. I do not know you. I've done you no harm. Yet first you butchered a Bruxer who was dear to me. Now you pursue me. Why?
You've killed 4 innocent people, at least.
And you? How many innocents have you cut down?
Not here to talk about me.
Yet that is exactly what we are doing. So, did they send you after me? Who are they?
What do you mean, they?
Who are they?
She's hired me. You've been murdering her subjects.
Batman.
Is it as simple as that? I would ask you to convey to the Duchess that I've but one victim left, but you'll not get the chance.
I thought we were friends. I thought I was gonna finally have a friend. What?
I won't let you.
Shit, he broke my shield quicker than I could put it up. So the fire didn't do anything to him. So he's the same way as the other chick, but tougher. He actually blocks you, she did. So, put the trap down and then hit him as he's coming at you, I guess. Seems to be the best course of action. I don't even think the trap's hurting him, really. Let me heal up. Come on, dart at me again. It has to be while he's darting at me to hit him. You could get lucky and maybe hit him from the side. This is Edward Scissorhands' great-grandpa or something like that. But now I figured out how to fight the guy. I always like to toy with the enemy for a minute, see how they work. Oh, gotta repair my sword. The guy really isn't that tough. Maybe he gets mad once you get him down past the second bar. Probably goes quicker like the other enemies do. Motherfucker. He blocked a lot of attacks there. Raspberries aren't doing it. Gotta heal up here for a second. Maybe I'll just start using my protective spell if he doesn't hit me every time. What I like about the enemies on this game is when they can't hit you, just keep clicking B and dodge around them. They don't know what to do. As I can put that spell up, he always takes it down. I still need to heal up before I fight him. Yep. So what, did he kill me? Or is that how it's supposed to happen? I think it was supposed to happen.
You want to stay where you are. Regenerate.
I know you're in trouble. I can help.
I'll help myself.
No, he's my friend.
So I wasn't supposed to defeat that guy?
Yes, Geralt, it's me.
Regis? You alright?
All is well. All's in order. Wounds such as these heal on vampires in moments. But we've not seen one another in ages, my friend. At least in human terms, that is.
How's this even possible? Last I saw you...
I was a bubbling, shapeless smear, having been rather spectacularly melted into a column of a certain castle. In somewhat better shape now, as you can see. Hardly peak form, mind you, but were I human, folk would think me a demigod, I dare say.
I'm sorry. What happened, it was my fault. Never got a chance to apologize.
No need, Geralt. Bygones. I did not have to join you on that expedition. No one twisted my arm.
Miraculous regeneration. How do you manage it?
I had help. From the one you hunt.
Him? How? And what have you been doing all these years?
Not the time nor place for such stories. I suspect we'll get a chance to speak at ease and at length later. Now, however, we must deal with the reason that brought us both here.
Local serial killer seems to obey you. Maybe you could talk him out of it, convince him to stop murdering.
Why do you think I've come? It shall not be easy, as Dettlaff can be rather stubborn. Though you must certainly recall that neither do I surrender readily.
So that's his name. He's your friend?
You might call it that. Though Dettlaff is... how would you humans put it? More bestial than I am. But not to worry. I'm working on him.
Haven't exactly done a great job with that. He's killed one knight since I got here. At least 3 others before I arrived.
For good reason, I'm sure. Understand, Dettlaff is not some decadent shit who kills for sport, or to assuage a dryness of throat or a dullness of mood.
So in your opinion, what are his reasons?
Precisely what I wish to find out. And then I will convince him of the error of his ways.
Got a lot of faith in the guy.
Despite appearances to the contrary, you two are quite alike. You've both noble hearts, yet you both are wont to perform ignoble deeds. When circumstances force you to, of course. Remember the year 964?
That was 3 centuries ago.
Blind fear gripped Rivia, Lyria, and Spala. Women and children were dying. Their mutilated, dismembered corpses littered the fields.
Brute of Lyria. Read about it. Chewed up almost 200, then fell to a common poacher supposedly armed with a dagger blessed by some prophet.
It fell to Dettlaff, who then found a poacher asleep in the brush near his snares and dropped the fiend's corpse at his feet. And thus, a legend was born.
Awfully good of him. But do I need to know this?
Yes. So you'll understand Dettlaff is no cold-blooded killer. I believe he's landed in some mess and he sees no way out.
What makes you say that?
Vilgefortz melted my body. Dettlaff found what was left. As per our codex, he had a choice. To leave me where I was, or to care for me and nurture my remains.
Oh my gosh. I knew that this was a Star Wars thing. They mentioned Obi-Wan Kenobi's Mandalorian girlfriend.
Means to a vampire. The gravity of the endeavor.
Probably same thing it means to a human. You owe him your life.
Much more than that. The act itself made us blood brethren. A bond so strong humans cannot even imagine. Which is why I know something ill is afoot.
Always had an overdeveloped sense of empathy.
Each vampire has a unique talent. One they hone over centuries. It's precisely what renders it so difficult to classify. Dettlaff's trump card is his herd instinct. His tribal propensity. In point of fact, he prefers the company of lesser vampires and shuns that of humans. If he walks among you, killing egregiously, it can only mean something's upset him immensely.
Anything specific? Some set of things that'd be likely to set him off?
How should I say this? Dettlaff doesn't understand men, their world, its rules, its conventions. He's naive in a sense. He doesn't comprehend your games, knows not what it means to lie, deceive.
Suggesting he's maladjusted and venting his rage.
I'm suggesting maladjustment can at times breed conflict. But is it the case this time? I cannot say, but intend to find out.
Gotta find him before something upsets him even more, and all Beauclair is awash with blood.
Well, we share a cause then, just like the old days.
Not entirely. I mean, when I find him, you know.
I know you've a contract on his head. Yet your true task is to stop the beast killing, not necessarily to kill the beast, am I right?
All in all, sure.
Let us find him. By the time we do, I hope I'll have convinced you Dettlaff is no monster.
Fine, all right already. But for now, evidence is stacking up against him.
Hear that?
The posse. Knights must have tracked me here.
I prefer they not find me here. I've makeshift quarters at Mère Lachaise Long Cemetery. We'll meet there.
See you.
Witcher, we flew here as fast as our courses would carry us. Yet I fear we're late all the same. Pray, where is the beast?
Still investigating. About to inspect this site. Withdraw your men before they trample all over the evidence.
Sirs, we must let the Witcher do his work. Milton's murder cannot go unavenged.
So that was a different type of boss. Never fought anyone like that that regenerates, and whenever he kills you, he hops out the window. Never had a cutscene whenever I'm near death.
We must allow the Witcher to ply his trade.
Long live Duchessa Anna Henrietta.
What?
I take it this is the messenger that I read about.
Sir! Sir! A letter for you, sir!
Letter? Who from?
Can't rightly say, sir. I was just to deliver it.
Here. And thanks.
No, sir. Thank you. And I truly hope I'll be of service again.
My dear Geralt.
I hope all is well. I imagine you hot on the trail of some nasty monster. Or is it an overly complex curse this time? Oh, Geralt, I wish I knew for certain. Whatever is keeping you busy, perhaps you'll need a break. For those moments, I offer you this intriguing little mystery I happened on in an old manuscript I bought off a merchant from Nazaire. The tome's author claims a certain Professor Moreau once called Beauclair home, and this professor conducted research into Witcher mutations. I don't know much else, but I suspect that alone might pique your interest. The tome mentioned a journal interred with the scholar when he passed. It could very well lead you to his laboratory. I'm enclosing a map I found folded in the tome. It's smudged in a few places, but I hope it proves useful anyway. Please be careful and come back to me quickly. Your Triss.
A
Oh,
professor
God.
who studied Witcher mutations. Might actually be worth looking into.
Blood on his jacket, what's up?
I like the town. I want to see where it is on the map. Oh, it's its own map. Cool. Man, they're having a feast. Everyone's drunk. Oh, it's because it's New Year's.
Long live her grace! 3 cheers for Toussaint! No two ways about it. What are you doing?
I didn't realize it was this far away. Gotta call the horse.
Come on.
Go up to any knight and shout, "The beast!"
Let's go. Regis. Couldn't have picked some other place to meet.
Regis!
Damn it. Locked. No way I got the place wrong. This is it. Gotta be. Gotta be another way in around here.
Fighting plants right now.
Come on.
Oh shit.
Victuals aplenty around here.
Uh-oh, I put myself in a situation. Thought I killed the other one. There's a fresh one? What the fuck? Looks like we can take over their mind. That's some bullshit. Shouldn't be spawning in fresh ones.
That's some stench.
Oh, no. That is not what I'm here for. Let me heal up. Can't take over Mama's mind. And she's hitting me no matter where I jump. I'm eating dumplings, jumping in circles. Come on, dumplings, do the job. The hell do you do about that? Is there an oil I could rub on my sword? Taking forever. And it's still loading. I can't believe that. I shouldn't have jumped down that hole. Find a way out is right. Oh no.
Agreed to meet a vampire at a cemetery. How much more cliché can you get?
Nothing comes readily to mind.
Could have left the door unlatched.
What of my privacy? I value it rather deeply. Unmolested, especially by unwanted guests, that's my preferred state. Besides, I knew you'd find a way to get in.
True enough. Need to find your friend. I'm hoping you'll agree to help.
I shall do whatever's in my power. Yet what you want or even need must matter little. What matters is what Dettlaff wants. If he does not wish to be found, you will not find him. Ever. End of story.
Come on. Gotta be some way.
Vampires can evade detection by the senses, and no divination magic works on us. Even the most precise megoscope would be useless.
And this? Could this help?
Wherever did you get that?
Off one of the beast's victims, found by a bend in the river. Body was chopped in pieces. 3 of those pieces were hands. Hand with the ring seemed the odd one out, but Bruxa had taken an interest in it.
Sniff it. The hand's all bloody now. I wonder what Geralt was doing with it.
It's Dettlaff's hand, without a doubt. It will do splendidly.
Can't you just summon Dettlaff? You're both hired vampires. There's gotta be a way.
If I'm to be entirely candid, there is indeed one. But believe me, we will be better off never availing ourselves of it. It is a last resort. Absolutely.
Last resort? The hell? Why?
There is a being who can summon Dettlaff. Possesses the authority, even the power, to force him to appear in a given place. But the very act of contacting this being, well, it's akin to walking a slack line extended over a chasm filled with molten lava. An exercise as perilous to me as it would be to you. A risk I'm unwilling to take. I beg you, let's do it my way. It will be both quicker and easier.
Ring's pretty intriguing. Made of no metal I've ever seen.
What's wrong with Geralt's face?
It comes from our home.
Look at Geralt's face. He's got veins all over it. Look at him.
I received it from a dear old friend. You might call him a humanist. He saw us vampires as guests here. Guests who owe their hosts, meaning you humans and the elder races, respect.
Respect?
Look at him.
Meaning not to treat us
Geralt's all fucked up. What's he been doing?
Precisely. And the reason why I, in turn, gave it to Dettlaff. To remind him of the ideals my old friend championed.
The hand. What do you plan to do with it?
You've heard of Kovinaris' theory of tissue memory retention.
Rings a distant bell. Read about it in Alchemia Oblitera. There's a copy at Kaer Morhen, tattered, nearly disintegrated. But if memory serves, Kovinaris never managed to prove it worked.
He did prove it, just never managed to publish his findings. He and I corresponded, you see, after we became friends. Thus, I know he completed his research and performed the first tests. It's complicated, so without delving into details, it is possible to use any piece of tissue to reconstruct what a whole body experienced.
How's it work? We need any
I still
special
want to know why
equipment?
Geralt has
We
some
must
veins
brew a
all over him.
decoction which Kovinaris gave a rather poetic name, resonance. Once imbibed, it sends one into a trance similar to that induced by narcotics. This triggers visions of events linked to strong emotions experienced by the tissue's owner. Picture it as dreaming a fragment of someone's life.
Any chance we might see what Dettlaff was doing just before he lost his hand?
Indeed. Though I also hope resonance will reveal the location of Dettlaff's hideout.
Kovinaris spent half his life proving his theory. Wild guess. Making a dose of resonance won't be easy.
You guessed correctly. In addition to Detlef's tissue, we shall need a powerful occipital lobe stimulant. Effectively a poison, to make one susceptible to visions.
Well, got a few ingredients to choose from. Unfortunately, all are pretty rare. There's Mamoon glands. The closest ones I know of are in Vizima. A spotted white saliva would also serve, but they were cold to extinction over a century ago. Could go with a kobold's eyes, but the creatures are sentient. Rather not gouge one's eyes out.
Given that we lack the time to sleuth this out ourselves, permit me to summon some help.
Hey, thanks
What
for
was
watching,
that?
everybody.
A raven? Rather a common sight at this latitude. Very intelligent fowl. I asked him to look for the creatures you mentioned. Him and his brethren. Perhaps they'll find one in the area, and I would hazard that a flock of ravens will spy any said creature faster than a solitary witcher would. With all due respect to your skills, my friend. It will take them some time, nonetheless.
Wow, Geralt's really messed up.
Perhaps you'd care for a snifter of mandrake.
Rarely say no to a snifter.
Sadly, this is but a weak infusion rather than a proper distillate.
Even better. I remember your mandrake hooch. Made people say things they'd have rather kept to themselves.
Now, what could Geralt of Rivia prefer to keep to himself?
Everyone's got some secret.
I agree wholeheartedly. I also believe it wise at times to share one's secrets, unburden oneself to those one can trust.
This your sophisticated way of asking me if I trust you?
I prefer almost always to ask indirectly. It seems a test of intelligence, one you just passed.
Maybe you should go first. Reveal one of your secrets. After all, you vampires lead very interesting lives.
Anything in particular interest you?
We'll ask him all the questions.
Always fascinated me the way vampires can regenerate. A hand growing back is one thing, but Dettlaff recreating you out of a wet smear? Something else entirely.
A difficult and laborious process, but one that's possible, as my presence proves. But I've heard you too had quite the adventure. They say you lost your memory.
For a bit, but Triss helped me get it back.
Triss roofied him.
Actually, pretty damn lucky I only had amnesia.
Yes, you humans are rather buggered in those terms. To strip you of life is, well, it's just plain easy. I've always pitied you in that regard. We vampires are much harder nuts to crack. If a member of another race kills one of us, we can be reborn with a living higher vampire's help. However, if one of our own strikes the deadly blow, death is permanent. There can be no rebirth. One of the chief reasons why vampires long ago swore never to fight one another.
Got a new life, a new body. That give you a new start, blank slate?
Starting all anew is a very broad concept. What exactly do you mean?
Your blood addiction, say. Wondering if your body's the same, if it still remembers. Maybe if you drank now, you wouldn't get hooked.
All addictions are a form of slavery. Re-addiction's not a risk I'm willing to take, just to test a hypothesis about corporeal regeneration and whether propensities carry over.
Fair enough. Curiosity, that's all. Sorry.
Not to worry, Geralt. Curiosity's a natural reaction under the circumstances, apart from which I've always valued that trait in you.
Gotta ask you the big question. One everyone wonders about. What happens after death?
You wish me to tell you if the human belief in the gods is well-founded? Well, that I do not know. We vampires differ exceedingly from you humans. Our matter, that of which we are composed, can exist without form. We require neither a heart, nor a brain, nor air to breathe.
But were you dead?
As humans understand death, yes.
Feel anything? Understand anything?
It's rather hard to explain. I felt something very unsettling. Something I cannot even name, for I did no reasoning. Only after rebirth did I begin to understand that what I had felt was cold and unimaginable fear. If not for Detlef, I might have drowned in an eternity of icy terror.
Is Geralt going to be a good friend and bloodlet for him?
Sheesh. Experience like that must be vicious.
Indeed, it's hard to compare to anything I know. Yet you are aware we don't see death as you do. The way you cling to life, we find it entirely peculiar. You are mortals, ergo it's a foregone conclusion. You will die. It's but a question of time. Thus, I often find myself wondering why you try so very hard. To die at 20 years, 40, even 100, what's the difference? They're all but the blink of an eye.
Depends on your point of view. Man who's got 1,000,000 crowns to spend can't possibly understand one who's only got 20.
Very true. One's outlook can indeed change much.
Curious what you did after you were reborn.
As I'm sure you can surmise, at first I was thoroughly absorbed with recovering. As it is, I've still not recovered completely. Yet I was so weak the first year that I could not stand or move on my own. Detlef bore my weakness bravely, showed great patience. If not for him, I wouldn't be here, and I'd have regenerated far slower. Once I could at last stand unassisted, I set off for Bruges, for my one-time home of Dillingen. There I led the peaceful life of a rural healer and surgeon, enjoying my neighbours' respect and, in fact, constituting the exact opposite of the monstrous vampire the populace imagines.
Bruges, you say? Rebirth make you sentimental?
Perhaps a dash. But what of you? Where have you been? Ever find your Cyrilla?
Back then, yeah. But we parted again soon after. And when the time was ripe, she came back. Defeated the Wild Hunt together.
Ooh. Seems I certainly missed quite a bit while I was absent.
True enough. But it's a conversation we'll have another time. Need to know more about you now.
Geralt just lied to him right to his face. I don't know why he said that, but he chose to on his own. I haven't defeated the Wild Hunt yet. I'm still gathering allies.
All right. Give you one question. What do you want to know?
One question to ask one as fascinating as you, Geralt. Cruel parsimony, I'd say, but I shall do my best to make it count. If you were to die and be reborn as I was, in your new life, would you choose to be a witcher?
See, Regis. Doubt I'd know how to be anything else.
Ever tried?
See, you're determined to get an answer. To find out if I like being a witcher. Just refuse to ask directly, as always. I like being on the path. I like picking up a lead, a trail. I like the tension right before a fight. And nothing gets my adrenaline flowing like battling a beast. Even gotten used to people treating me like a freak, an outcast. Yeah. Not something I think about much, but I like being a witcher.
Thank you for being honest. Honesty is an attribute of the truly brave, and thus a privilege of the very few.
Still no sign of your winged friend. Sure it understood what you wanted?
Dead certain. Let's wait a bit longer. It'll return soon, don't doubt that for a moment.
Geralt and a vampire getting drunk in a graveyard waiting for a crow to deliver a message. Or a blackbird.
Ever vigilant, even in his sleep. Quite vampire-like, in fact. Are you absolutely certain they don't administer a few of our genes during the trial of the grasses?
Far as I know, none. Now what you got for me?
You were right. No kobolds or mamoons for miles around.
Knew it.
Allow me to finish. You see, there's this spotted white. It haunts an abandoned residence in the Caraberta woods.
Impossible. My brethren hunted down every last spotted white before I was born.
Then it seems you must revise your knowledge of spotted whites. For somehow this one managed to survive your brethren's onslaught. It seems I know this home it haunts. Recall a tale about it. Locals believe the place cursed. Perhaps that's how the whites survived entirely unmolested.
Know anything else about this curse?
I don't recall much in particular. Really don't attach much importance to such.
Hey, thanks for watching,
It was
everybody.
mentioned to me
I
as
see a
an
bunch of people
anecdote,
coming
no
in and
more.
out.
Come on, search your memory. Something, anything could be important.
How's everybody
I
doing?
believe it had a relation to hunger, or perhaps greed, rapacity. Someone was punished for something.
Textbook definition of a curse, pretty much.
Sorry, Geralt. I try not to clutter my mind with the details of every far-fetched tale I happen to hear. What are your thoughts?
A specimen of a species thought long extinct, and a curse in one place. That a coincidence, or are they related?
Ah, professional curiosity. Personally, I've nothing against you delving into this dilemma, but please remember we need the whites' saliva. Nothing beyond that.
Whites rarely appear in the woods, even less likely to find them in abandoned human homes. They inhabit remote wildernesses, old abandoned cemeteries.
What's your point?
This might not be a spotted white after all. Your little helper might have made a mistake.
I sincerely doubt it. Ravens are devilishly intelligent creatures, and they've highly developed observational skills.
What exactly did they observe?
The area around the estate, it's covered in spoons.
Spoons?
Spare me the skeptical smile. I'm but the bearer of this news. Or perhaps this spotted white is a hoarder. Or the spoons are somehow related to the curse.
That's weird. But alright, we're in.
Let's do this. Start making your decoction while I go get some saliva from that white. Uses it in its brews.
Do you imagine the white will simply sell you some?
Worst case scenario, I'll bring you its salivary glands. They ought to do as well.
For a moment there, I imagined you asking the white to spit into a vial. Quite amusing as a thought, but the salivary glands will do fine indeed.
So, see you later.
Yes.
It'll
but
probably
later,
spit in a vial for
I
me.
shall start by perusing some tomes.
Tomes? Thought you were gonna make this decoction.
We require one last ingredient. Alas, obtaining it could prove a trifle toilsome. Thus, I hope to identify a suitable alternative.
All right. Good luck.
And to you, my friend.
Let's get out of here. Engineer and pug lover solved the most obtuse technical problems in the grace of a ballerina. That's probably a memoriam to somebody in real life. I'm looking for spotted whites. They don't like necrophage oil. You could catch them on fire. And magic trap. Spotted whites are species of white which the Witchers drove to extinction. They are large and their unspotted kin and own their names to their numerous blotches and effusions. Spotted whites most often dwell in derelict cemeteries and empty wildernesses, yet at times looking to live in abandoned human domiciles. They would indulge in the great passion, creating brews of their own and emissions. When not disturbed, spotted whites would not act aggressively. If threatened, however, they become very dangerous indeed. In the colder months and when faced an unsettling chill, they would slip into a state of lethargy, making them easy targets. Even during their active periods, it is said that Witchers found this surefire way to besting them, based around careful casting of the Yerdens. So yeah, the sign that I have highlighted right here, the Yerden sign, or at least so claims the Witcher lore. So, magic trap and fire.
Come on. Come on, Roach.
Gonna have to put a few perk points in.
I doubt Herman will ever be sober.
Giddy up.
What's that about?
Not now. At least I have a whole new land to do quest. I was beginning to run out of side quest. What is that thing? Oh, okay. Little ghoul or something. A foglet. Bunch of foglets everywhere. Come on, Roach, keep going.
Never a good omen. Strange. I sense that the spoons are beating out some kind of rhythm, a message, telling something.
I'm not liking this.
Spoons all over the place.
Save me, Roach. Fuck the throwing shit at me now. I'm gonna have to start using my... Just get up on top of Roach. That's what you do with these guys. Geralt's all messed up. Look at him. I didn't even save. Yeah, so don't take on all them bar guests all at one time. Just go up the hill and take them on one at a time. Oh my gosh, the load screens. Thanks for watching, everybody. Alright, Roach, let's try this again.
Move it! Come on. What's that about? Let's go!
Going on foot this time.
Never a good omen.
Barghest. We'll have to look them up in the Beast book. I'm not seeing it. Here they are. So everything up here hates Spectre oil. Put some Spectre oil on the sword. Oops. I put the sword in my pocket. Looks like I'm down to my last bit of food, too.
sense that the spoons are beating out some kind of rhythm, a message, trying to tell me something.
Told you Geralt was crazy. Listen to the spoons. The spoons are telling me a message.
None shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall say to you, never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. Sounds like a curse, all right. Somebody's clearly obsessed. Regis mentioned the place might be cursed. Can't be a coincidence. Need to look around. What a pigsty. Need to search it thoroughly. Find a way to collect some white saliva. White's obsessed. Real
Yeah,
collector.
Geralt wants some of that white saliva for his decoction.
Spoon, pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old. Spoon's incredible. The craftsmanship. Must have graced a rich man's table.
Spain diary. For a few days, having dizzy spells, never experienced anything like this before. Carries on, although I can't stand witchcraft and sorcery. I'll have to visit a herbalist. Dizziness has not gone away, worst of it all. It is joined by a pain, strong at times I cannot see. I've been to the herbalist. A repulsive old crone looked at me and she had seen a monster, or like she'd seen a monster. She gave me a cursed mixture that I have to drink twice a day. It's not helping at all. Today, like every day, I looked in the mirror and I was lost for words. Usually I check that I don't have any wrinkles or bags under my eyes, but today there are no wrinkles. I'd rather that there were. I have hair growing on my breast. It's horrible. It's got to be because of those damn herbs. I went to the herbalist to smash her face in, but her chambers were empty. She must have known what had happened to me and liked it. My family has started to suspect something, although I'm cutting the hair back. Which is growing back faster and faster. I tried to put the idea out of my head. I can't put it back any longer. Maybe it wasn't the herbs and I have led to this, but a curse placed upon me by an old beggar whom I chased off one time. I have to find out, and I want to hire someone who could find the herbalist. I cannot think, and it's getting hard to write. Loneliness, no family. Eat, want to eat, no good spoon. Empty spoons. Nothing, eat, it hurts. Mirror, lies, no. Ah.
Poor girl. Realized she was changing into a monster. Recorded it in her diary. Poignant. Smashed mirror. As if someone couldn't stand to look at themselves. The monster. Journal's author, maybe?
You know what? I should probably steal all the silver spoons they have here and sell them. Maybe she has spoons because that's just a good way to make a living.
Whatever lives here treated that literally. Still searching for the right spoon. Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one.
Spoon key.
Spoon key. Sophisticated crafting. Tag bears a description. White's a true collector.
Spoon key note. The certifies item for auction. Antique spoon key forged at the Christofferson and Sons workshop in 1210 belongs to the Smiggle Circus owner at the Pheasantry.
None shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall sate you. Never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. White's obsessed, real collector, thoroughbred. Skeletons. Doubt they came here willingly. This have anything to do with the curse? None shall sit and dine with you at your table. It'd make sense.
Dear Master Lavassieur, I want to track outlaws for pay, an unusual assignment for you. I doubt you wonder why I've drawn you out here, and why we cannot meet in person. You see, in my present situation, any kind of meeting is very risky, not so much for me as the person with whom I meet, for I am afflicted by a curse, as I hope, and why I have turned to you. The side effects of medicine given to me some time ago by an herbalist. Soon after I visited this herbalist, she disappeared without a trace. Okay, so another person had the same problem. I desperately wish to understand my illness, wish to hire you to find her. When you do so, learn as much of her as you can, and the medicine she gave me, if my suffering is a result of her wickedness. This might be the chick who was suffering then, I don't know. Make her provide an antidote. I assure you I have ample wealth and will reward you with no small part for your services. If it turns out my suffering is not for the fault of the herbalist, please let her go, and then have a different task for you, because this shall mean I am afflicted by the horrible curse, which only the gods can cure. I believe it was cast upon me by a certain beggar who came to me at the manor while I was hosting a soiree for the few friends. I hope I could find that vagrant. I will pay you double. Sadly, I am aware of him, or all I remember of him is that he sold mirrors. I am aware this is not much aid of your hunt, yet I trust in your considerable talents and wish you the best of luck. Marlene de Trastamara. A lot of letters in this house.
Spoon. Pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old.
This is always the best part, going down into the basement. Ooh.
Actually does seem like a White's lair. Bit atypical, but still. Cauldron should be somewhere around here.
A gold spoon and a silver spoon. That's worth some money. Hey, how's it going, Phil? Good to see you in here, man.
White's not particularly tidy. Table's set. White, who lives here, is getting ready for some sort of feast.
What are you up to,
White
Phil?
lives here, definitely afflicted by a curse, and it's been trying desperately to lift it. It's empty, unfortunately. Regis needs some brew. I'm afraid he won't get that. No choice but to hide and wait for the saliva glands and their bearer. He'd This
Oh my
will likely
gosh.
serve the cauldron.
I'm gonna wait for the beast to show up and then jump it. Homie G. Geralt fell asleep in there for a minute. That was the nap he was looking for the whole time. That's Brad's girlfriend, Echo. I gotta milk her saliva glands. Get that white milk. Or white saliva. Something like that. Geralt's a good guy. He's gonna try and lift the curse. Hello? Are you a good white spotted dick or whatever they called you?
I'm not gonna hurt you. Wanna help?
This is a
I've
situation.
seen the words of the curse on the walls. Think I know how to lift it.
He was playing Remnant on a high pop server with Mr. Hot Dog Run. Wow. That's a handle.
You tried to bring folk here, convince them to sit at the table with you, right? Well, I'm gonna be your guest now. Your willing guest.
Wow. How's Mr. Hot Dog Run doing?
Just need a bit for Regis. And now we'll tend to you. Need to get this right. Words of the curse were, none shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall say to you, never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. Been searching for the right spoon for years, right? But curses can be tricky. Key to this one just might be that you can't eat with your own spoon. That's why we've swapped. This isn't right. I missed something? Listen, gonna stand up real slow. Gotta search the house again. Sit tight, I'll be right back.
Jesus.
Calm down.
Geralt got spooked.
Damn it, didn't work. Ate that vile stuff for nothing. Got the brew for Regis at least. Can't do anything for the white though.
Wait.
Except cut it
I should
down.
be able to pick up its spoon, because I need the saliva. That's dumb. Look, you see that red shit in the air? That's Geralt. That's Geralt smelling the white's fart or whatever. You had good fun, 600 checks soon. You'll be chilling.
Seems I'll have to kill the white in its own junk heap.
Hold on a second. I'm looking up something really quick. Give me a second. Okay, it says choosing to eat with the spoons or trading spoons will only result in fleeing white. By lifting the curse, you unlock a new side quest following Red Scent Geralt's Witcher since to find the reverted white outside the estate. So, which is it? Did I have a third option? Oh well, I'll just kill it. Or maybe I should just let me go back really quick. I want to see what my options are. I did save right before I went downstairs.
The curse that held Uma proved hard to lift, but Yennefer and the Witchers managed to do it. The ugliest man alive revealed himself to be not man, but elf, and an elven sage at that. Avalach, for this was his name, was the elven mage who had helped Ciri flee the hunt, then hidden her away on the Isle of Mists.
Okay. I think I know which option I'm gonna pick.
Damn it. Didn't work.
Ah, shit.
That vile stuff for nothing.
Son of a bitch.
Got the brew for Regis.
Wrong save.
The curse that held Uma proved hard
Where's
to
Bucket
lift,
Boy at?
but Yennefer and the Witchers managed to do it. The ugliest man alive revealed himself to be not man, but elf, and an elven sage at that. Avalach, for this was his name, was the elven mage who had helped Ciri flee the hunt, then hidden her away on the Isle of Mists.
Hopefully I picked the right save this time. If not, then I don't know. I'll probably have to look again. Because I know I saved. Yep, this is the right save. Should be. Yeah, it is. Wait, no, it's not. Damn it. Is it? Or isn't it? I'm confused. This went the wrong way?
Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one. White's obsessed. A real collector. Thoroughbred.
Okay, I did go downstairs. Where's the kitchen table? Okay, I found it.
Cauldron I was looking for. White's not particularly tidy. Table's set. White, who lives here, is getting ready for some sort of feast. Cauldron's empty,
I'm
unfortunately.
gonna lift the curse this time instead of try and fight it.
Afraid he won't get that. No choice but to hide and wait for the saliva glands and their bearer. Need a spot that'll let me observe the cauldron. White that lives here, definitely afflicted by a curse. It's been trying desperately to lift it.
Try not to mess this up again. Once again, Brad's girlfriend.
Not gonna hurt you. Wanna help? I've seen the words of the curse on the walls. Think I know how to lift it. Tried to bring folk here, convince them to sit at the table with you, right? Well, I'm gonna be your guest now. Your willing guest. Just need a bit for Regis. And now we'll tend to you. Need to get this right. Words of the curse were, none shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall sate you. Never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. We can't use spoons. No, that won't work. You've been looking for a spoon that would feed you, but there's no such spoon. We need to eat without spoons. Open your eyes.
There we go. That wasn't so hard. Geralt looks even more fucked up.
I think it worked. Just not quite like I expected. Need to see what happened to the white. Won't be hard to find given its stench.
No going back now. I saved over.
Show me what you
Oh, my guy's out of healing. He's drinking beer now. Marlene.
Shh, easy. Not gonna hurt you.
Eat. I must eat.
Here's some beer.
I'll take you someplace safe.
Shit, I was supposed to milk her saliva gland. Son of a bitch. Boy, did I fuck that one up. Oh, what the hell. I think Geralt would have lifted the curse if it were him too.
So I took her by the hand and led her here. Seemed the only sensible place for her.
You did the right thing, sir. She should recover quickly here. I'm deeply pleased, finally, to make your acquaintance, sir, though I do regret the specific circumstances. In all the commotion, I fear I neglected to introduce myself. I'm Barnabas Basilfolti, and by order of the Duchess, I am to serve as your major domo at Corvo Bianco.
Nice to meet you, Barnabas Basil. Love to talk more, but got urgent matters to attend to. While I'm gone, please make sure she gets everything she needs.
Don't worry, sir. I shall see to everything. She is safe here and in good hands. She'll soon be back on her feet.
Might actually take a while. She hadn't eaten anything in over 100 years when I found her.
Horrid.
Whatever brought this about?
Told me her story on the way here. Her name's Marlena. She was once the very beautiful and proud heiress to the Trastamara estate. One evening, when she was holding a banquet for friends, a beggar came to her gate seeking alms. He had a bowl and a spoon with him. He sat outside her fence and waited.
I've heard of the custom. An ancient rite of hospitality that obliges one to give food and drink to such a guest lest he depart hungry. To neglect the custom is to bring great misfortune down upon oneself.
Marlena didn't care a whit for the old customs. She drove the man off, saying she'd rather feed the leftovers from her feast to her dogs than to give the beggar anything. The beggar then broke his spoon, cast a curse. She was beautiful, so he said she'd never wish to look at herself in the mirror again. Since she adored feasts, he swore no one would ever wish to sit and dine with her. And as she even refused him the crumbs from her table, he swore she'd never find a spoon in the world that would sate her hunger.
A harsh punishment. I imagine lifting the curse was hardly simple.
Curses are tricky. They play on irony. Always gotta figure out what the catch is. Marlena had spent decades looking for a way to lift it. Transformed into a wight, she stole spoons and lured folk into her home, trying each time to get them to dine with her. Didn't work.
So what did?
Someone had to sit down and share a meal with her, of their own free will. They had to eat without using spoons, and make her look at her reflection.
That's it? That was all it required?
Simplest solutions are sometimes the last that come to mind. Besides, when you're a wight, it's pretty damn hard to find willing human company for a feast.
I imagine so. But, most importantly, it is now over. Please, don't worry. She will be in good hands here.
Vineyard comes across as a place with a rich history. Know who owned it before me?
Baron Rossel, who went bankrupt.
Sorry about
to sell
that.
the estate to the Duchess.
I paused my
Baron
game for a
in turn
second.
had purchased it from Monsieur Bolius of the Headsman, a truly colorful man of Kedweni origin.
He was actually a headsman?
No, not him, but his great-great-great-great-grandfather. Indeed. Apparently, he was a common cutpurse who somehow secured for himself the post of ducal headsman in Beauclair. Went about his work with an exceptional penchant. They say he chopped off more heads than there are grapevines in the ducal vineyards. He never hesitated, not once. Never sliced unevenly, never botched a job. For his exemplary service, the Duke granted him a title and this estate. Monsieur Bolius, on the other hand, was an engineer in his younger years. Once retired, he settled here and took to producing wine. Sadly, misfortune struck, and he lost his sense first of smell, then of taste. Additionally, he could not drink alcohol. His medic forbade it.
Shame that. He gave up making wine?
Not at all. He made even more of it. Began throwing wild balls to which he'd invite friends from far and wide in order to treat them to his wine and delight in the fact that at least someone could enjoy it. It's the sort of man he was, Monsieur Bolius.
Thanks. Gotta get back to my business now. See you soon.
So this is my house. The lady that I'm doing the mission for, she gave me this vineyard. Geralt could sleep for an hour, call it good. You have a spot to place your trophies now, that's cool.
Witcher. We could use one around here, full time.
Geralt's new villa. Casa de la Geralt.
If thy lips don't stink of wine, my wife won't know they're mine. More abundant than that sea of yours. If thy lips
We get a report back to Reggie. You saw a piss bottle? Was it hanging in a tree?
Why do you stick around here like a pitchfork in a dung pile?
Boars. Boars everywhere.
What's going on there?
Hey there.
Wonder if there's a front door into this guy's house instead of having to run through the spider pit every time. Maybe he's just out in the field. I hate these things. Maybe I could just knock on his door this time. Geralt's all drunk. Shit, I forgot I didn't have any healing. Geralt's gonna go fist fight him. Huh. Sure as shit, I am gonna have to find my way in there again. I don't remember how I got in there. I thought it was up here. There's just like a big hole you dive in. Oh, he left his door unlocked for me this time. Now I don't have to find the way in. The fuck?
Think your friend's hand will make for a nice broth?
You've clearly honed your sense of humor. But we are not cannibals, Geralt. I took a fragment of tissue from the hand. It will suffice to prepare some resonance.
What did you do with the rest?
I cremated it, as our codex commands. Raven told me you'd acquired the necessary ingredient.
Send your spies after me?
My watchers. Were something to go wrong, I could then arrive quickly to help.
Managed fine alone, but thanks for the thought. Gonna need much longer to finish brewing resonance? Mentioned a last ingredient, too. What about that?
That, I fear, might prove troublesome. You see, to use the concoction to summon the memories of one, the solution must contain the blood of another specimen of the same species.
Shouldn't be a problem. I happen to know a higher vampire who should be willing to help. Right, Regis?
It's not that simple, I'm afraid. While you were away, I tried my damnedest to identify a replacement, but alas, none such exists.
Not sure I understand what the problem is. Can't we just draw some of your blood?
The blood must be in an agitated state. As I'm certain you know, higher vampires can change their corporeal shell. As our flesh changes, so does our blood's chemical composition. To make a long story short, I shall need to induce in myself a state of strong psychokinetic arousal. In brief, madness.
So Geralt's gonna have to jack him off and cut him at the same time?
Very dangerous.
No, that's for something else. Come on now.
Dangerous? Why? I mean, you'll still be you, right?
True. But I should be highly agitated, in a state of fury. You know better than I that fury cannot be controlled. If you've ever seen an enraged vampire, you know very well that all who find themselves nearby will be in grave danger.
How will we handle that? I'd rather not have you lunge at me, claws extended.
That makes two of us. But worry not. I've thought it through very thoroughly. Details to follow soon.
All right. So what do you want to do?
We shall visit Tesha Mudna, an ancient vampire estate. There we will find cages suspended in the air. I will enter one, be confined. You will lure beasts there. Beasts you will then kill. The bloodletting should prove profuse. Abundant enough so that the blood scent will drive me mad. Wild.
Little expedition's starting to sound dangerous. Think I better prepare.
I understand completely. Do tell me when you're ready to set off.
Okay. I definitely need to repair my swords. One of them. I haven't used the steel sword. Been using the silver because all I've been fighting is those mean dogs. Well, I'm going to end the stream here. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll continue this some other time. Part 2 of the Blood and Wine. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks.